This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century.
Alchemy comes in two primary flavors that address the two primary cosmos we inhabit, the microcosms and the macrocosms, dealing with the two realms we perceive. Exoteric realm is where the alchemist would attempt to turn lead into gold. Esoteric realm is more about turning spiritual lead into spiritual gold. The Knights Templar, or the Christian Crusaders, also laid claim to this knowledge around 1000 AD. When the Templar Knight found the translations and actual meanings hidden within the Bible, buried in the ruins of the Temple of Solomon, they blackmailed the Roman Christian Church with that information and became quite rich and powerful. One of the other Kabbalah secrets is that matter can be transferred molecule by incantation and thought, and that the structure of reality is really a holographic illusion. Yes.
Intelligence is what they're looking at now. I mean, they're talking about AGI like it's a done deal in the next 18 months. That's what the, what's the company, I can't remember the company's name, Anthropic, I believe, the CEO of Anthropic, that's what he said, 18 months, okay? We got 18 months before they start building these artificial super AIs. People act as though that's normal. 5 years ago, it was theoretical, it was hypothetical. Now they're saying all we need is more and more compute. But the question that the elites are going to be faced with is if we build AGI and it becomes omnipotent and it's able to solve problems at breakneck speeds and then solve problems that we didn't even know were problems at a geometric rate, right around 2029, I think there was a significant date in the movie Terminator there, wasn't there? If you go back and watch it, 2029 is when Kurzweil predicts that all this is going to happen, but now they're saying it's ahead of schedule. Anyways, what are they going to be doing? For a person who doesn't know anything about what's going on here, basically what they need is data. You know how they always say data is the new oil? Well, why do they always say that? Is it just so that they can sell you a brand new pair of shoes? Somewhat. Data is the new oil because data is what they train their AIs on. This is why Elon Musk bought X, because he wants to train his artificial intelligence Grok, which is every microsecond of every day amalgamating all of the data that is put onto Twitter, and it is leveraging that to come up with solutions to problems, okay? So it's just like the Teslas. It's a great example. Tesla has a fleet of, I don't know how many millions of cars now. All those cars are out there collecting data from the world. They're like sensors, bringing information back to the mothership, making the mothership stronger and stronger. The brain is growing and growing. So the idea is that the bigger the brain, the more capable it is going to be in terms of solving problems and absolutely finding the absolute best pair of shoes that you want. But advertising is just a small portion of this. A lot of this is stuff that I don't even think they know yet. They just want the power because they believe, well, let me just list off some of the potential uses, okay? It's going to materialize first as some innocuous personal assistant that you talk to. We already kind of have that with the ChatGPT 01, I believe. You can talk to it, sounds like a real person. You can have fluent conversations with it. I can yell at it across the room in broken English and it'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's actually quite freaky, okay? You can have conversations with this thing instead of with yourself. At least it's better than having conversation with yourself, sort of. I guess we'll get into that. But so that's one potential use. That's one of the most harmless use cases. And of course, it's about collecting your data on you, right? So Larry Ellison, the CEO of Oracle with a net worth of $200 billion, who seems to be really gung-ho about something I call, and I've coined this term long before I ever heard anybody else say it, life streaming, okay? So he wants everybody to have cameras on their person recording 24/7, putting data into this mother brain that is going to be able to use all that data to make predictions about anything that's going to happen next. And you know what?
I'm going to create a hologram of me, and I'm going to send it on tour while I stay at home with my baby. How about that, fans?
It's so realistic looking. I think if they ever did a hologram of me, they would need like an extra wide lens, and my hair is hard to replicate.
You know what I'd love to be able to pick up an extra check to just, become the Gorillas and ushers on tour, live via a hologram. That's a good idea, actually. You know what?
But who knows how far away that is?
Hey, I'm gonna call my lawyers right now. Just make sure we copyright this conversation so we're not, laid off. But no, it would be cool to be a hologram while I'm alive.
I
actually am a hologram. I'm the first hidden. It's very controversial. I am not here right now.
Well, I look forward to being with the people of India. We're going to have many millions and millions of people. It's a long trip, but I get along very well with the Prime Minister, Prime Minister Modi. He's a friend of mine. I committed to this trip a long time ago, and I look forward to going. We're taking, as you know, the First Lady's coming. Some of you are coming. I hear it's going to be a big event. Some people say the biggest event they've ever had in India. That's what the Prime Minister told me. This will be the biggest event they've ever had. So it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to be there one night. That's not too much. And then I'm stopping in South Carolina. We're doing a big rally. And then I'll be doing CPAC on Saturday. So there's not a lot of time for rest.
What if we could have the same digital powers in our world? You can already see glimmers of this. But I believe our children's children will grow up in a world devoid of 2D technology. And it's remarkable to dream of this world, a world where technology truly understands us, where we live, work, and communicate with tools that enhance the human experience, not machines that limit our humanity. So how do we get there? For me, the answer required looking at the problem from a different perspective. It required sensing the world from the perspective of a machine. If you're a machine trying to sense our world, how would you actually break the problem down? You would probably try to classify things as a human, an environment, or an object. But how would the machine then interact with reality? And I can think of three ways. First, as a machine, I would observe, or I would input reality. Speech recognition and biometric authentication are great examples of a machine interacting with humans from an input perspective. Secondly, as a machine, I could place digital information or output information into reality. Holograms are examples of a machine interacting with an environment from an output perspective. Finally, as a machine, I could exchange energy with the world via haptics. Now imagine being able to feel the temperature of a virtual object, or better yet, imagine pushing a hologram and having it push you back with equal force.
Stargate is a massive new AI infrastructure project that brings together President Donald Trump, SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son, Oracle's Larry Ellison, and OpenAI's Sam Altman. They're committing $500 billion over 4 years to build data centers, supercomputers, and the core tech needed to push AI to its next frontier. Here's how it all unfolds, and why it could reshape the industry. So, yesterday, January 21st, 2025, President Trump held a press briefing at the White House joined by Son, Ellison, and Altman to announce a massive private sector investment aimed at building the largest AI infrastructure project in history by far. Called Stargate, it kicks off with an initial $100 billion with plans to grow to $500 billion over the next 4 years.
This monumental undertaking is a resounding declaration of confidence in America's potential under a new president. This is, to me, a very big thing. $500 billion Stargate project. I think it's going to be something that's very special. It'll lead to something that could be the biggest of all.
President Trump just moments ago here at the White House announcing this new project for infrastructure inside the U.S. for artificial intelligence, and 3 men are teaming up with the president in this public-private partnership, and that is Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, Larry Ellison, Oracle founder, chairman of the board and chief technology officer, and Masayoshi Son, SoftBank chairman and CEO. Gentlemen, thanks for being here. It's exciting.
This is your World War III update. Holy SHTF, guys. They're doing it. They're making a run for it. I can't believe it, but I can. Donald Trump is issuing an emergency declaration in order to facilitate the development of Skynet. That's what's going on. Okay, $500 billion, dwarfing the amount of money that was invested in the Apollo project, the Manhattan Project, and any possible American endeavor that you can imagine, dwarfing that multifold.
The greatest tragedies in human history occur when we face something unknown that frightens us.
A unique astronomical phenomenon will be visible over the southern edge of Moscow this afternoon. 477 at 10 o'clock. I have visual contact.
No pressure here, but it's gonna be another 50 years till the meteor shower hits again.
Clear the waterfront. 650, I have visual contact. The object entered the atmosphere from the west.
People are watching the meteor shower.
My friend's fate is all alone up there.
Humans waited thousands of years for contact with extraterrestrials.
This just in. A catastrophe in the making. An hour ago, an unidentified object crashed into several apartment buildings in southern Moscow. The death toll has yet to be confirmed. Eyewitness accounts claim it looks like a alien. Nevertheless.
This is a war, right?
Depends on what they do next.
Who are they? We can't just sit and wait after what they've done. It's their fault! Otherwise my friend Santa would still be alive!
Julia!
Don't be afraid.
We don't know what they're gonna do. Right now, our main task is to avoid direct conflict.
It's a unique opportunity for all of humanity.
He saved me. I owe him.
It's a chance to find out more about ourselves, to know who we are.
I always knew you were special.
Transfer completed.
This is a transmitter of kinetic material. You will never be able to...
Right, I got it!
You're not allowed to make contact. We can't let you get a hold of our technology.
Gratitude. Loneliness. Love.
Love and hate help you fight the fear of death. When there is no death, then there is no need to love and no need to hate.
I mean, you love him, right? I do. You broke up with me because of him.
The country's leading research institutes are decoding the technologies left by the aliens. Scientists are expecting a breakthrough any time now, potentially leading to advances not only in the military, but also provide us with advanced tools in such diverse fields as medicine, energy production, and shipbuilding.
The country's leading research institutes are carefully working on decoding the technology.
Despite the UN recommendations, Russia has refused to let foreign experts examine the site. This was the impetus behind a recent extension of economic sanctions. In an attempt to avoid making the same mistakes again, an ad hoc special unit has been created to monitor the so-called deep space. Russian aerospace forces have dedicated several satellites to support this. The newly appointed head of the Extraterrestrial Threat Prevention Unit is the 3-star Lieutenant General Valentin Lebedev. During the Shanghai